Welcome, friends. It's been a whole week since we flew. Sim's been acting up lately, but with weather problems and then the big update that came out this week. But we got everything installed and we're flying. It's a beautiful evening. It's 3:19 here in Southern California, 6:19 where we are, which is just off the southwestern coast of Florida, headed to Key West. Weather in Key West was just stunning, I decided. So I decided we're going to fly to Key West. We were clear down to 1,500 feet via the Chet's transition for RNAV 09. Weather in Key West, 77 degrees and partly cloudy. Sunset at 5:55 in Key West. We're descending at 2,000 feet per minute through 14,700 all the way down to the transition altitude of 1,500 feet. So our altitude's just fine. We'll slow down to 280. We're at 285 right now. Get our lights up here in the cockpit just a bit. Always nerve-wracking when you have an update, because God knows what they've changed and haven't changed. PFD, how about the GTC? That's the one on the left. Don't really care about that. And also we want to change the brightness on our MFD. Okay. Anyway, beautiful evening. And listen, God knows what might still happen. We have lost our ATC. We are not receiving ATC anymore. We can still hear ourselves broadcasting to ATC, but we cannot hear them. That's a bug that's presented itself many times, and with which I can happily live if it doesn't involve crashing a desktop. We took off from John Wayne, Orange County, KSNA, 3 hours, 49 minutes ago. Had pretty favorable winds on this flight. It's gone smoothly. I've been waiting for something bad to happen, but, you know, it ain't over yet. But as you can see, just a beautiful evening here in South Florida. Gorgeous skies, sunset, breathtaking. Landed in Key West several times, but it's been a while. Continue slowing as we close in on 10,000 feet. 10,900 right now. Slow down to 260. And just keep our fingers crossed. There's no ILS or anything to input, but as I mentioned, we're going to be landing to the east. The winds are out of the east in Key West right now, right out of the east. The last I checked, it was at 10 miles an hour. We'll reconfirm that. Current weather shows, yes, winds out of the east at 11 miles an hour. Beautiful evening. Airport elevation, 3 feet. Runway length, 5,076. Not a long runway, but it's within the capabilities of this aircraft. Slow to 250.
Landing gear.
Approach course 093. We've already entered that on the HDG. We used his HDG bug right here to enter it right there. They did change also the altitude controller. If you click on this now, you can move it by hundreds or thousands, which was a much welcome modification. Shallow outer descent right now to 1,600 feet per minute. Slow to 240. 32 miles out, 8,400 feet. That's fine. Just keeping our fingers crossed. Might as well get our landing lights on now. I do have the modified, upgraded purchase scenery for Key West, so we'll see if that's still there or if there's any effect on that. I was going to bring up the VFR map to show you our approach, but I don't really need to because I can show it to you right here. We're headed to Chet's, then we're going to make a right turn, head due south, and then left at Atnaw. At Atnaw, we need to be at 1,500 feet, as I mentioned, which is what we've been cleared down to. And the full approach length is 11 miles. The reason I don't want to bring up the VFR map is because I didn't test it.
Landing gear.
Slowing to 220.
Landing gear.
hold on.
Landing
Hopefully he
gear.
shuts up in a second.
Landing
Maybe
gear.
not. Let's go ahead and use our
Landing
speed
gear.
brakes. There we go. Anyway, I didn't test the VFR map before we took off, and there have been situations in the past where the use of the VFR map crashes at the desktop. I don't want
124.025 Cessna Tree Bravo Whiskey.
that to happen here. You see how we didn't hear any broadcast? We're just hearing ourselves transmitting.
6,600 feet, descending 1,500 feet.
Shallower descent rate now to 1,200 feet per minute. We've been handed off to approach, though, so that's good. Even if we can't hear it, it sounds like it might be working. It's half the battle. Icing's not an issue. Outside air temperature 13 degrees. Coming up on Chet's. We'll make that right turn. 24 miles out now, 5,800 feet. Descending 1,200 feet per minute. We'll shallow that to 1,000. We'll slow to 210. Keeping our fingers crossed. Come on, girl. You've been stable so far. Stay that way. I've never been to Key West in real life. I would love to, though. By all accounts, it's really beautiful. Night landing. Haven't done that in a while. Nice and stable. Showing us headed to Chet's right now, and just 75 seconds from Chet's, where we'll make that right turn. Bank limiter, half bank mode's off. Really hope this works. This will represent the longest flight I've done in months, because all of my flights on my 50-state tour, none of them exceeded, oh, I don't know, a couple hours. I think the Alaska to Hawaii was about 3.5, but I couldn't fly from Hawaii to LA. I tried it 3 times and it CTD'd every time. So we'll see what happens. Hopefully we make it. Fingers crossed. It's a nail biter. Okay, we're coming up on Chet's for our right turn. There it is. Kind of tell by looking out the window, but you really can tell by just trusting your instruments. Making that right turn now. We'll slow to 200. Okay, now we're headed to Atna. Oh, that looks beautiful, doesn't it? Altitude's 3,600 feet at 15 miles out, so we can shallow our descent rate now to 700 feet per minute. Once we make the left turn at Atna, you can actually see the keys out there. There they are. Once we make the left turn at Atna, we're on final. So we'll see what happens in terms of the RNAV working. Like I said, every time they do a major update, which this is, this week's update was a major update.
Tower on 118.2 Cessna Tree Bravo Whiskey.
18.2. Okay, they handed us off to tower.
Cessna November Tree 4 Tree Bravo Whiskey 12 miles west inbound.
Slow to 190.
Approach.
Left turn coming up.
RNAV runway 9er approach. Cessna
Okay, we're
Tree
clear for the
Bravo
approach.
Whiskey.
That's good. 13 miles out now, 3,000 feet. No lower than 1,500 at Atna. That's not going to be an issue. Showing us headed to Atna right now, 24 seconds from Atna. We're going to make our left turn, and then we're on final. Airport's out there somewhere. Okay, making the left turn now at Atna, and we'll slow to 180. Don't get much in the way of scenery when we do these night approaches, but especially over water approaches. But I fly in real time, so that's how it goes. All right, notch of flaps. Waiting for the RNAV to come up. Clear down to 1,500, still descending to 1,500. But we're cleared for the approach, so 10 miles out, we'll slow to 170. We'll put our gear down. Let's go outside. Gear. Beautiful. Wow. Nicely configured. Stabilized approach. Slow. 160. Our approach speed is 135. Zoom in on our MFD. We're on approach. On final. Down to 2. Don't want to stop descending, so regrettably I'm going to reduce our altitude selector down to 500 just so it doesn't stop descending. But I do see the RNAV coming up, so we'll slow now to 150. RNAV's coming up. Great news. Showing a 1700 MSL AGL. Let's go ahead and activate APPR. We'll see if it grabs the glide path. Now we'll slow to 135, our approach speed. We'll go full flaps. Wind's coming at us right now up here aloft at 16 knots. Full flaps. Let's go the other side just for fun. Full flaps. Auto throttle compensating. Nicely. Airport dead ahead. Shallow our descent rate now because it failed to capture, but we'll see if it does capture here as we try to intercept from under. Probably it should. I would expect it to.
Clear to land runway 9er Cessna Tree Bravo.
See this magenta diamond as it starts to slip down. That GP should turn green. We're holding steady here, coming over Busby, where we need to be at 1,500 feet, and we are at 1,500 feet at Busby. Got full flaps, gears down, landing lights on. We're all configured. RNAV. There's the airport. Dead ahead. And you got 1 white, 3 reds on the poppies. And magenta diamond here on the glide path is sliding down. Airspeed's good. 134. That's up at just a notch. There, grab the glide path instantaneously. Great news. Try to get that just the right perspective there. There we go. All right, we'll zoom in down to 1 on the MFD, and we will disconnect the auto throttle as we come in here over
2 mile final, runway 09.
Key West. 2 mile final, runway 09. Airspeed's good, 135. Straight and level. Stabilized approach. Still on that glide path. Looking good. Key West. What the hell is that? Looks sharp. 500. Autopilot. Okay, I have the airplane. Not real forgiving here in terms of runway length, so we're going to have to plant it. Got 2 and 2 I'm seeing on the poppies. Three and 1. Back to 2 and 2. A little windy. Wind's down to 9 knots now. Spoilers up, reversers on. Definitely used up that runway, my friends. Gonna go to the end. But safe and stable. Make a right turn here at the end, the very end. But we made it. Friends, welcome to Key West. It's good to be back.
1.9er Cessna Tree Bravo Whiskey.
All right, there we go. Beautiful. That was great. That was really fantastic. Okay, let's do a couple things here while we stand by. Let's go outside and bring in our spoilers. And then we'll go back inside. We'll stop our timer. 4 hours, 2 minutes, 14 seconds since we started our takeoff roll. Bring in our flaps. Let's go the other side. That looks cooler. Flaps retracted. Modified scenery still here. Go back inside. Lights. And we'll contact ground. And request taxi to parking.
Ground Cessna November 343 Bravo Whiskey taxi to parking.
Zoom in on our MFD down to 0.5.
Taxiing to general aviation parking using taxiway Alpha Alpha Niner Cessna 3 Bravo Whiskey.
Alpha Alpha Niner. Okay, let's go. Well, I can't tell you how pleased I am that the sim was stable on this transcontinental flight from John Wayne, Orange County to Key West. KEYW. Kilo Echo Yankee Whiskey. And here we are now in Key West at 6:35 this evening. Plenty of time to still grab some dinner. Beautiful, beautiful Florida. Very different from California. All right, friends. Make our left turn here at Alpha 9. Happy to see the taxiway signs are correctly depicted. And there's our parking. Wow, right on top of our parking space. That's great. Sometimes a little hard to tell where they want you. Well, our marshaller appears to be right here. So I'm going to avoid this guy. Barely. Looks like we might have killed one of the ground crew. Oh, the scenery looks great. Look at this, U.S. Customs and Border Protection. That's awesome. All right, so now we're going to little flip a U-ey and try not to hit this Lear. Oops! I think our winglets might have kissed. Oh, the airport looks fantastic. Turn off our taxi light. Pop up here in the seat, make sure we know where we are. All right, yeah, we did need to make that turn. Oh! Collided with an object? What did I collide with? Oh my God, what did I collide with? You tell me. I told you, what did I say? There's danger in these upgraded airports. I did not crash, for the record. All right, I'm still going to post this video despite that unfortunate outcome. Thanks for joining us on this doozy. Have a good one.